the country, and this drug is...
Today on Win TV, the dangers of fentanyl across the nation.
The shape and size of candy, but they are in fact highly lethal fentanyl pills.
Causes of climate change and its impact on our planet.
Sea levels and an increased carbon emissions are causing the Earth's...
And what is so entertaining about being scared? Win TV Live starts right now.
Sickness and scary things.
And good afternoon, Wolverines. I'm Brooke Frederick.
And I'm Emily Schandelbauer. Today is Wednesday, October 19th, 2022.
Law enforcement officials from across the country are warning the public about a sharp increase in overdose deaths connected to the highly potent and often deadly drug fentanyl. Jason Chavez investigates this fatal drug and how it's impacting our nation.
It's all over the news. Talk about the highly dangerous rainbow fentanyl has spread across the country, and this drug is no joke.
These bright and rainbow-colored pills mimic the shape and size of candy, but they are in fact highly lethal fentanyl pills.
Win TV sat down with Kelly Crow, paramedic and founder of Drew's 27 Chains, an organization with the goal of first responder training with naloxone, a medication that blocks the effects of opioids and allows an overdose victim to regain consciousness, to talk about her insight over fentanyl, the dangers of it, and how we can prevent an overdose victim from becoming a statistic. Callie was the mother to her late son Drew, an unsuspecting victim like most to the dangerous drug that is fentanyl back in 2020. But what exactly is fentanyl?
So fentanyl is a medication that we use primarily in the medical field for pain control. However, it has leaked out into the streets.
According to U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, over 10 million fentanyl pills and hundreds of pounds of powder have been seized by the DEA and local police across the country over the past year. But all it takes is just one pill to kill.
Just about 2, 3, 4 grains of sand is enough fentanyl to cause a lethal overdose.
Fentanyl is a powerful painkiller, an opioid that is about 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which makes it all the more dangerous getting into the hands of an unaware victim who doesn't quite know the potency of it.
One of the biggest draws is that when you look at some of the new rainbow fentanyl, it looks less harmful. And so maybe that's a draw that is causing people to believe that it couldn't possibly hurt you.
Aside from its new form, it's common that fentanyl may be repackaged in more ways than one, some more hidden than others.
They add fentanyl into different medications that can appear to be anything from Xanax to Percocet to Tylenol to candy. Fentanyl is easily mixed in with other things, and you will not be able to tell whether it's in there or not.
But there is light at the end of this tunnel.
We train on a medication called naloxone, and that medication, anyone in the state of Texas can carry that medication and administer it without any worries about getting in trouble.
Additionally, it is important to note how to spot an overdose if you believe someone you may know is currently experiencing one.
What that looks like is someone is typically unconscious or not responding to you. Their skin is pale. It could be sweaty. It might even be blue in color. And they may not be breathing like they would normally be breathing.
If you are or know someone who you believe is currently struggling with substance abuse, feel free to call the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration at 1-800-662-4357 or reach out to a counselor, parent, or trusted adult for help. Remember, you are never alone and support is always one call away. I'm Jason Chavez for Win TV.
And Emily, knowing these signs can help save a life. I didn't know this before, and now that I do, I really hope everyone stays aware.
Me too, Brooke. That was a great story. I'm glad I'm informed. From shifting weather patterns to rising sea levels, the impacts of climate change are global in scope and unprecedented in scale. Brody Drake investigates the effects of climate change.
Record heat, rising sea levels, and an increased carbon emissions are causing the Earth's climate to change at an alarming rate. Is the root cause a people problem, or is it just a fact of nature? NBC meteorologist Rick Mitchell shares how much people impact the environment.
Yes, there's been natural change, and now it's being, the concern is that humans have had a playing a part in this current round of change.
Although slow, climate change may be slowly causing weather to change over time.
The planet is warming. You know, in my years as a meteorologist, I see some of that. The empirical data is that, yeah, I feel like I talk more about record high temperatures compared to record low temperatures by a huge percentage.
While increased carbon emissions may have driven climate change in recent years, some people believe that these changes are natural.
Recently, scientists have come up with the idea that in the last 50 years, the poles have, I'm going to say, slanted about 13 degrees. And when that happens, the angle of the sun is different. And in certain portions of the earth, there's going to be heating.
Whether human-caused or not, climate change is still a real and ongoing threat. I'm Brody Drake for Win TV.
The heart of Wakeland starts with our custodians. Ben Miller reports on all they do for our campus.
Every night as the school doors close, a diligent operation takes place to restore the building's cleanliness. Door handles, desks, floors, computers, tables, and more are cleaned each day by our custodial staff. Mr. Wayne talks more about the goals of the custodial staff each night.
Regular shift is 3 to 11:30, which I come in, and my day actually starts at 11:45, and I get off at 11:30 at night. In that crew, we consist of pulling trash, cleaning restrooms, cleaning classrooms, cleaning cafeteria, as you see, and going to the field house or the indoor and cleaning it also. We do everything down to detailed work. Classrooms, we wipe everything down nightly.
Even though cleaning is a mundane task, Mr. Wayne still puts a smile on his face doing it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know, most people, they ask or they tell me how can I do the hours that I do. Doing this is nothing.
To help our custodians in their daily mission, please keep our school clean and pick up after yourselves. Without the dedicated work of our custodians, our school would not be the same. It's important to remember to show appreciation for all that they do. I'm Benjamin Miller for Win TV.
And we truly appreciate all that they do. The Wakeland Student Athletic Council was created to bring athletes together to help motivate one another. Shar Rasmussen reports on this team-building organization.
Athletic excellence has long run through the veins of Wakeland athletes in many sports. Track and field had individuals win state titles last year. Swimming won back-to-back state titles, and Wakeland volleyball has run undefeated so far this season. All of these accomplishments have equally strong sentiment, but while on the long and hard journey to achieve greatness, many of these athletes have done so without much recognition or big audience. Varsity wrestler Riley Deckard is one of the representatives on the council. She goes into more depth on how the council works and what problems it tries to fix.
We're trying to fix how, nobody really comes to any of the more smaller, less known sports. You won't see any groups of people at a wrestling match or a bunch of people holding up signs at a swim meet. And what we're trying to do is basically bring all of our teams together and go to different sporting events to kind of unite us, because we are just one whole, we're a school and we should be united together instead of being a bunch of different individual sports. We should all come together to create one big one for Wakeland.
In a statement by Coach Womble, one of the council directors, she explains how the council tries to go to everything that's out there and really try to support each other so that our motto rings true, that when you play one of us, you play all of us. That motto is what brings purpose to this council and embodies the spirit from students in all sports that represent the council and all the goals it aims to achieve. I'm Shar Rasmussen for Win TV.
And now we welcome Win TV sports reporter Josh Rajanoff to talk about this wild week in Wakeland athletics. And Josh, Wakeland ball sports are in the heat of it all.
That's right, Brooke. There are currently 5 Wakeland sports in action and a few already in the playoffs. I have it all for you live on this week's Wolverine Replay. Wakeland football improved to 3-2 on the district season the past couple of weeks with 2 blowout victories against Liberty and Centennial. Running back Cooper Snyder has been on fire for the Wolverines. In the last 2 wins, he's had a total of 293 yards and 5 touchdowns. Quarterback Brennan Meyer also had an outstanding game against Centennial, throwing for 313 yards and 5 touchdowns. Come out to the Star on Friday night for Wakeland's Hoko game starting at 7 against Lebanon Trail. Wakeland Tennis is in the midst of a deep playoff run. After becoming by-district and area champs last week, they took on Lebanon Trail on Monday in the regional quarterfinal, winning 10-8. They move on and will face Longview next Thursday in the regional semifinal. Cross country competed in their district meet last Thursday. The girls got first in district, led by Sophia Altieri, who got third overall in the meet, and the boys got second in district, led by Dax Ritchie, who got second overall. Both boys and girls advanced to the regional meet next Tuesday in Grand Prairie. Swim competed in their annual Lubbock meet on Friday, October 7th, with the boys and girls combining to get first place. They will compete again tomorrow in a district battle against Reedy, Heritage, and the Colony. And finally, volleyball has continued to dominate the district season. They're the first team in the district to reach 10 wins, and here's why. And volleyball did what they've been doing all season long last night with yet another sweep over Creekview and officially clinching the district championship. This is the third district title for volleyball that they have claimed and the first in 6 years. Not only is the team undefeated in district, but they've only dropped 3 sets all season. Maddie Hardwick talked with the team about why this team is performing at such a high level.
The transition between seasons can make or break a team. During the off-season, the bonds formed and the work put in will determine how the team performs together during district play. Wakeland's volleyball team is undefeated so far in district play and are continuously striving to work together to keep going strong.
Our team is more connected this year than last year. I think that they really have set their eyes on a vision, and they're really working hard to get to that goal.
The core of the team has worked on specific skills during their off-season to better their game.
I focus on just the mental strength and just getting myself through. There's a lot of seniors on this team, knowing that we're going to have to sort of help the younger ones and just keep their mindset straight for districts and playoffs. For me, I think I focus a lot on the slide. For being a middle, I have to go behind the setter a lot. So, and especially it kind of helps doing high jump too. And then in club, we do that a lot. So I think working on that, being able to jump off of one leg is really important for the position I play.
These factors this season have contributed to Wakeland's 7-0 start as they look ahead towards their final stretch of their season. I'm Maddie Hardwick for Win TV.
Volleyball will try to stay hot this Friday at 5:30 at Wakeland against Frisco High. Show up to support the Lady Wolverines for the last home game of the district season.
And have you ever wondered why people enjoy being scared? Nicole Wisdom reports on the allure of fear during the spooky season.
October 31st, a day driven by fear and fantasy. Many go to a scary movie or a haunted house. But what's the fun in fear?
I like scary movies. My favorite scary movie is The Conjuring, and I like it because it's just like a fun kind of fear for me, I guess.
I like being scared because it's like an adrenaline rush, and I think it's really fun.
While entertaining for some, everyone responds to fear in a different way.
The first thing that happens is your brain senses the fear or the danger, and it initiates what's called the fight or flight response. Sometimes you can be a little irrational when it comes to fear, but the hormones that are responsible for doing this are a dopamine, serotonin, and then the other thing is that is released is endorphins. So sometimes fear can actually give you a little bit of a high or pleasure because of the endorphins that are released to deal with that stressful type of situation.
Over time, enjoyment of fear has generated both fascination and curiosity, which ultimately led to the creation of the horror genre.
Edgar Allan Poe is actually responsible for creating the horror genre. It wasn't until Poe came along that he created the horror genre by talking about things like death and sickness and scary things. Prior to that, horror as a genre or talking about fear was not touched on. That's why we have scary movies today. It all started with Edgar Allan Poe.
So whether you enjoy getting scared or not, there is a science and history behind the fun of fear. I'm Nicole Wisdom for Win TV.
We're back with another episode of What's Winston Doing to put the best chicken sandwiches to the test. Winston blindly ranks the sandwiches, and Brooke, the results are shocking.
Nah, y'all cannot. Good afternoon, Wolverines. I'm Winston Jefferson, and welcome to your first episode of Where's Winston? And today we're going to be taste testing different chicken sandwiches and seeing which one's the best. But we're doing it blindfolded. Let's do it. All right, so now we are getting ready for our first sandwich. Here we go. Let's take it out. There's some wrapping on here. Let's do a little smell test. Okay, that one smells juicy. I'm gonna go in for it right now. That's a good sandwich right there. That is a good sandwich. That's a great sandwich right there. That was good seasoning, good texture. It's nice and it's very tender. I'm gonna guess that was a Popeyes sandwich, and it is a 9.3 out of 10. Now for our next one. Okay, I feel like I know which one this is already. Let's take that thing out. Oh, wow. This one feels big. Okay, here we go. I can sense a sauce in there. I can sense a sauce. Give me 1 second. It tastes like cane sauce. Okay. So it wasn't as tender as the other ones. The taste was amazing. Taste was great. It was a really good player right there. That is a good chicken sandwich, but the sauce kind of threw me off a bit. So I'm gonna have to say that it is a 7.4 out of 10. Thank you. And and last but not least, oh wow. It's an all right chicken sandwich from the smell already. So let's go ahead and get a quick bite. The taste is, I don't like it. I don't like the taste. The taste is bad. Sorry. Is that Burger King? Does Burger King have chicken sandwiches? I'm going to have to give that one like a 0. I'm sorry. I can't even rank it. Wow. All right. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is the best one. It's the best player. So that was your first episode of Where's Winston for this year. And see ya.
And the Popeyes chicken sandwich is definitely a 10 out of 10 for me.
Me too, Brooke. Follow our social media for updates and to stay in touch with what is going on at Wakeland. I'm Emily Shandelbauer.
And I'm Brooke Frederick, and this has been Win TV Live for Wednesday, October 19th. Stay forever orange and blue and have a great rest of your day, Wolverines.